What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Girlschool at long last. Which is to say, I didn't realize it had been off this long. I knew it had been a while, but it was like last August, I think. But yeah, we're back with the all-girl heavy metal band. This is their debut album. They had been together in an earlier form. I forget what the name was. But yeah, once I think Kelly Johnson joined, they like shifted to heavy metal and ultimately released a number of popular albums, but I do believe their debut album is considered the seminal one. Now this is, again, the 40th anniversary reissue, but yeah, ultimately this is, the original recording, just a reissue, and we're going to listen to Following the Crowd. I haven't looked at the lyrics yet, but my expectation would be it's about not doing that. It's about finding your own path, or at least, following things which are genuinely creative, profound, or otherwise compelling, and not just doing something or being into something because you notice that other people are. You're not literally just, oh, okay, we're all into that, okay, sure, but you're actually trying to find what you really are into. So it feels like that's likely where the ethos of the track might be. Let's find out. This is Girlschool. Oh, and Enid. Is it Williams? Yeah, Enid Williams does the lead vocals on this one. So here's Girlschool and their tune Following the Crowd. But yeah, that is another layer to it, right? Like, no thoughts of your own, but also there's people who, like, they may not want to like what they really would be inclined to because they don't want to be seen as the only one who's into something, or they haven't caught on to what everybody else has. So there's still this insecurity, still this desire to, be seen as, part of that crowd, and so therefore following it, and ultimately perhaps, not being true to themselves. But again, in other cases, it might just literally be like, oh, this is what's hip and this is what's hot. Sure, all right, yeah, cool, I get it. So yeah, I think the song is a plea, and a prescription to, take a different path, even if it's only by implication, even if only by describing people who do make that choice to follow the crowd. So yeah, turn the volume on, turn the station in, or tune the station in, hear the same old sounds again, tap your foot along to your favorite song till it locked into your brain. Strong beat, easy listening, a hook line you can sing. I did hear that. It gets played, so it must be good, but that don't mean a thing. I really tell her. Following the crowd, no thoughts of your own. Following the crowd, can't stand being alone. Take a fake, hey ho, find a cult that's new. Something you can latch onto. Buy the latest fad if it's good or bad. 'Cause it seems the thing to do. A new craze, so it's all the rage. Take the whole world over by storm. Come forth, wear your uniform like you've no mind of your own. Indeed, like donning the aesthetic of some scene that you've been convinced that everybody's into, and so you didn't arrive at that style choice because of the cultural concepts or the ethos of that scene. It's just imitative, and it's just derivative of what you perceive others doing, and not your actual appreciation of the art in question. Like you've no mind of your own, following the crowd, no thoughts of your own, following the crowd, can't stand being alone. Yeah, so that it just repeats 3 times. But yeah, ultimately, it really hits on what I was thinking in a way that was even like slightly more nuanced, because I wasn't thinking about the idea of people being worried about being seen as weird or outsider, which I get it, like the complicated lottery of acceptance in the world, especially for young people growing up and so on. I get sometimes people make choices to sort of protect themselves or whatever, and I suppose there's nothing wrong with that, but I do also appreciate the idea that maybe some people lean into certain things not because they genuinely are inclined to be interested in them, but just because they don't want to be seen as the one who didn't get it, the one who's not like, oh, you don't know what's hip, you're not into that. Whereas theoretically it would be nice if people was like, no, it's just not my thing, I have some other things that I'm into, and that would be the end of it. But a lot of people, they feel that tension and that sort of pressure, so then it's like, well, yeah, no, I'm into it, and then they buy a shirt and whatever, and it's inauthentic. So I do appreciate the sentiment of the song. It's the kind of song that you see a lot of punk rock songs drive at, and ultimately I mentioned, I get it, it's very much a metal band. But the tune that, I think is the most famous track from this, Come On, Let's Go, to me, it has, like, that crossover again. Like, a lot of early 80s metal, early 80s punk rock, like, sonically, there's a bit more crossover than I think purists of either genre would acknowledge or, would concede is there. Nevertheless, that tune always had a bit of a punk edge to me. So, and I would say this one, it's a slower tune. This one, it doesn't really give me that vibe. It's more overtly a metal tune, though a slower metal tune, and one that really only really kicked in a heavy way when it got to that secondary instrumental section. That section was fantastic, the guitar work, and I did like the sort of just steady rapid fire bass that was driving below it the whole time. So yeah, sonically a cool tune. When we come back to this next time, which hopefully won't be 6 months from now or whatever, but it should be tush. Well, I don't know if there's any other meaning of that, but I guess we'll find out when we get there. Do let me know what you think of this, and I will see you then. Peace.